It's v.h.s.x. What do you mean?
We're back again. We're doing a little bit of a match review for my Survivor match. So basically in this gameplay that you're seeing on the screen here is me utilizing one of my builds that I used to run when I did play Survivor here and there, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. I don't play it as much anymore, but you know, on occasion. And basically, we're going against a Ghostface today. So you guys already know I'm a Ghostface main P90 currently. We're trying to get to P100 hopefully soon, but with that being said, we're just taking a quick look here. So you're going to see that I noticed that everybody's on the generators, so I decided to try to run toward the side where the killer spawn, because I know that they're going to spawn around a certain area, so I can actually be behind them. So when they go to pursue my teammate, you're going to see here, we spot him. So what I try to do is run up and try my best to reveal him if I can. There you go, got the reveal. Because one of the biggest things that you can do to help your teammates is obviously to reveal as much as you can. But ideally, we're just trying to see what he's doing here. So it seems like he's going and following through with the M1, which makes sense. It seems like we're actually able to build up a couple of tokens. I just wanted to take a look around because he did go undetectable, so I go back to reveal him again. And as you can see, I'm adjusting my camera to try to see if I can get the reveal as best to my ability, but I think he actually got the stun. So as you're gonna see, like even if my teammates may not be like the strongest players, they understand that with a character like Ghostface that doesn't have much of a chase ability, that getting him out of his power is going to be the strongest thing you can do. And you're going to see again, he gets revealed again. So he's constantly not having his power. And in this situation, it's sort of the, just has to specifically do with his positioning. It specifically has to do with his lack of knowledge, I guess, of the character to lean off of certain areas and stuff like that. Which you know, it can happen when you're definitely trying to learn your killer. And Ghostface is definitely not going to be the easiest killer to just kind of pick up per se, mainly because he is a little bit dependent on certain things. Now we immediately reveal him again. You see how he's trying to brute force not a blind, but he's trying to brute force the stalking, which is not a smart play because he immediately loses his ability very quickly. So we go for the stalk here. I mean, for the stalk. We're going for the vault here to try to throw him off. It seems like it actually did kind of throw him off there. He's just like kind of swinging at the wall for some reason, which we try to play it as optimally as possible. I was trying to go in a way that does throw him off. We do get the spin and then end up vaulting through, but we somehow got pulled backwards out of the window, which was weird because I was already kind of running. So I found that a little bit strange, but on the bright side, it does mean that we are able to not be marked at all, so it completely resets because we did take an M1. Now, my teammate is just kind of standing there, so I figure that they're either, you know, he's more than likely going to run around the map and try to find somebody else, which is going to kind of be his downfall, I would say, and this is why I constantly say to utilize the strategies. Now, he does mark and down the Claudette, so I had a feeling that that would be the case. That is to be expected. They do end up rage quitting, of course, because, you know, God forbid they actually learn how to play the game. So that does mean that the bot does get hooked across the map, which means that the Kate here can actually fully heal me completely. Now, in terms of the Ghostface so far, he's only gotten about one mark down, and he's, I mean, he has at least gotten Shack Pallet. He has been able to get a couple of pallets out of it, but it seems like he does not have his fundamentals because he's missing a lot of swings. He's not using his power, so he's essentially running around with no power about a good majority of the match. Now, if you have a good headset, you may also hear like the flapping of the fabric in the wind. So you're gonna see that that I kind of knew he was there because I heard that sound. Now, most of the time, survivors are not really aware of that, but I was, because obviously you know, that is my main. So I know his ups and downs, his weaknesses. So obviously I know that he's gonna be making a sound, so we don't. So we're not caught off guard, really. We do try to reveal him. The only thing is that the reveal mechanics can be a little bit weird. So I was trying to reveal him, but it wasn't really letting me earlier. So he did get a bit more stalking than I would have hoped for. I'm kind of guesstimating I could be around maybe 50%, maybe 20 or 30. Just judging by the amount of time that he had to, like, based off the time it took to reveal versus how long he was stalking, I guesstimate it would be around that range. But we at least, of course, attempt to try to go for the save here. They're already getting the gens done. We're just kind of waiting around because we do know that he's kind of in the area. and we're not really entirely sure where he was. So we try to fly over to the generator in the meantime, because I figured that they already got the save. The other one got downed immediately, as I kind of expected. Which thankfully this map is not the most difficult for both sides. I would say it's not the most difficult to utilize. The main problem is obviously going to be the fact that it is a bit like it is a larger map for Ghostface, so it does mean that he does end up getting a bit of a massive downside in that sense. But he can also utilize the main building to get some early stocks on a lot of survivors. So they end up getting the save, which is good for me. We're just focusing on the generator because no one else is focusing on the generator. At least when I play Survivor, I don't really notice it much. I figure that we're gonna have to try to reveal him if we can. I'm trying to reveal him. It's not revealing. I don't know why it's doing that. And as you can see, this is how you know that they have you stocked up quite a bit, because of the fact that he's not going for a swing, despite the fact that I'm already right there. So in that situation, I figure I got to use as much time as I can. We're gonna use live to try to bait him to go that way. He does kind of wait around, so we just go for what we can here. As you can see, he's not going for the M1. He's going to wait for his power to recharge before he goes for the down, so we just go ahead and reveal him again and try to waste more time as much as possible. Now he goes to see, he runs off and misses another swing on different survivors. So you can see that he's not utilizing his power correctly. He's instantly getting revealed constantly. So he's overall not really doing the greatest job of really utilizing the maximum potential that Ghostface has. Now, obviously, keep in mind that, once again, like, I'm probably the only one that's really fully marked, which it is risky for me to be going up against a Ghostface when I'm probably already one shot. But I am confident in my abilities that I can probably hold him off, but also so I can stay nearby so that I'm able to reveal him if I need to. So as you're gonna see here, I do actually go for the unhook right in his face. To try to use to try to get him to M1, but I was already 99. So that was a bit of a risky play, but I wasn't hooked really, so it really didn't really matter per se, because we're already down to the end of the game. And he's actually using the victim's detailed routine, which is probably one of the weakest add-ons you could ever utilize. Which, as you saw in that situation, it was a complete waste. He didn't even have to, like, the add-on got no value. It didn't do anything. He would have been better off running a cooldown upgrade or something like that. I don't know why he was trying to hide behind the gen or something. I wasn't sure what the hell he was doing. Overall, not great. Now, I did obviously make a mistake there. I was already 99 as it was, but obviously we still did the best that we could considering the situation. And we were actually able to be saved, so he really did not have much going for him here. He does down somebody else, which is fine. I do have a med kit, so I was actually attempting to go to the back of the map and just heal myself there. And we just go ahead and do that. We just hide in the bushes away from all the action, so away from the doors and stuff, so that we can heal in peace. Get our heal. We do have some a little bit of some stakeout, so we'll be able to get great skill checks very easily. And then there's at least a bot that most likely can't really do a lot of saving. The Alita is pretty much like full health. I think it either was the bot or her that saved. I was gonna start going for the door. I figured that he might want to check one of them, so that's why I waited a second behind this tree. And you have to keep in mind that because you have third person, and it's definitely gonna give you a lot of an advantage. You actually had no way out, which is a little bit strange. But I was trying to use my third person to try to imagine how it would look like from the first person facing me, so I try to utilize that. We go into the lockers so that we can buy enough time, because we still are on second state, so we don't want to immediately die. And if the bot dies, that's probably fine. I mean, we're all on death hook anyway, so it wouldn't be smart to overextend for the bot. He's trying to stalk again. Of course, he can't really do anything about that. I guess he's just mad or something, so we just go for the bags. You know, because we have to. You know what I'm saying? We have to. You know what I'm saying? It's customary. And then of course he's struggling. I don't know what he's doing. He must have been pretty salty though, because the way he was swaying side to side trying to push everybody out the door. Overall, he completely misplayed it by every stretch of the imagination. It was completely a wash, and it was to be expected. Now, as I main Ghostface, I will be able to quickly look at his build. He's actually struggling against the bot, it seems, but the bot is still the bot, so they're gonna, like, the bot's gonna make up. He missed the bot, actually. So I guess Behavior decided to give him a pity, a pity kill, because he definitely needed one, because he was struggling quite a bit. But we're gonna quickly take a look at the build. We're gonna review it as from a Ghostface main perspective, who does mainly play that one character, among others, but obviously just the few that we do play. Just to take a quick look at it, actually apparently Kate actually sent us to that map, and as you can see here, we're gonna actually quickly stop here. I looked at all of them: Discordance, No Way Out, Monitor and Abuse, with the Tinkerer, Victim's Detailed Routine, and Olsen's Address Book. It was all a mess. It was truly a mess, and we're gonna quickly break that down, so that we can get into why this build is so just bad, just really bad. So to start off with the perks. Okay, Tinkerer, it activates when a gen is at 70% and makes you undetectable. You're pretty much never going to get value from that, especially with the character that has a undetectable status effect as a power. So a wasted slot, honestly, really just terrible. Really not a great idea. Because your base kit, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Your base kit is quite literally to be undetectable. So by having Tinkerer, I guess, is for the info. But you're already a character that doesn't have mobility anyway, so that's already just a misplay. Secondly is Monitor and Abuse. Monitor and Abuse is not like the worst pick, but once again, we're dealing with the character that has an undetectable in their base kit. So you having a smaller tear radius with, keep in mind that the ability recharges in 20 seconds. So I mean, every 20 seconds you're gonna have undetectable. And if you're like going behind the walls and keeping yourself not, easy to be revealed, I guess is the word, I don't know, revealable or something, you'll be fine. I mean, you don't really need to run those two. No Way Out, that's fine. I mean, that works on any killer. I mean, it just slows down the end game. And Discordance is alright. It's once again not a bad perk though. Like No Way Out and Discordance are great choices. For info, so you know if there's two people on a generator, and No Way Out obviously for that, just that slowdown, which is fine. But those two other perks are just not gonna give him a lot of value. Keep in mind also he had nothing for chase, which Ghostface is a very chase oriented killer, because his ability is just to give a status effect onto the survivors. Now the add-ons, oh boy. So he has the Olsen's Address Book, which basically gives you I'm All Ears for basically the entire duration of the mark, which is 60 seconds. So you can, every 5 seconds you can get, a brand, like every time they vault, you get 5 seconds of aura reading. So it's not the worst add-on, but keep in mind that it's not the most useful. Now it's a good add-on, but you need a different add-on to pair it with. Like you need something for to give you either maybe more stalking speed or something like that. But he wasn't using his ability correctly anyway. So by using by using the add-on, you saw he only got maybe 1 to 2 down marks, and only because I gave him the mark down on the second one. So on his own accord, he was not getting any marks at all. So he was not even able to use the add-on either, and the other add-on, which was the marked map, some add-on that makes you exhausted when you're marked. Not a great add-on either. I mean, like I said, he only got 1 mark out, and it didn't really matter anyway. They didn't really go anywhere, and they actually rage quit because of it, I believe. But having exhaustion on your marking is not the most useful thing in the world. Like you could probably run it with like Fearmonger or Mindbreak or whatever instead, and then you could probably just have the exhaustion that way. Making them exhaustive when you're marking them is not the most useful. I would, unless you're actively like they don't know you're there at all, and they maybe have sprint burst, you could potentially make something happen there. But as I've said, it's overall, like it's not a great combination, especially because you always want something to either help with your recharge or help with your stalking, because those are the two things that you're going to be micromanaging. And if you want to throw a little bit of seasoning on there, I mean, you can, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But you just have to keep in mind that you need to fully utilize stuff like that. You need to be better with your abilities in the first place. So his 2 add-ons had gotten no value. His other two perks were not really giving him anything useful, because his base kit is quite literally to be undetectable. The map is not the weakest or the strongest, I would say. It's like middle ground, because he could have used the main building to lean off of those windows, and he has like high ground on different areas to actually catch people. So the map actually could have favored him if he were to try to focus on stalking, but all he did was run up directly against people. Like Myers, which like he was like stalking like as if he was playing Michael Myers, which was weird. I was like, that's not what you want to be doing. Especially because you can be revealed, so you essentially have to you get your power on cooldown, and mind you, he's going for the full 20-second cooldown with each reveal. So he had his power for none of the match. And overall his chase was not great. But overall that's my take on the builds there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the little bit of a different kind of content here. With that being said, thank you for watching, and do all the YouTube things. You want to see more content like this where we review some of my Survivor games going against my mains. I do have another one where I went against a Freddy. So make sure to check that out. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe to all the YouTube things for me, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.